What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and today we have field spells based on each of the Yu-Gi-Oh series to talk about. Each one is a scene from the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and so yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. First up, Duel Tower Alcatraz. I believe this is the tower that they played in right before the finals with Yugi, Kaiba, and Merrick and all that. But so sweet. Uh, it is a field spell at the start of battle phase. Activate this effect. Each player can reveal one monster from their deck, except a monster with question mark attack, and if they do, banish those monsters face down. The player that revealed the monster with the highest attack can special summon one from their hand, and if they do, it can attack directly. Once returned during the end phase, you can activate this effect. If this card is still on the field during the end phase of your next turn, destroy all cards on the field. Uh, it's, it's fine, I guess. There's probably good ways to make use of the first effect. Second effect, it's a field wipe, I guess. It's certain decks, I guess, could probably make it. The problem is the question mark attack thing. Or is that like you have to know what your opponent's playing, and you have to be just expecting to have the bigger monster. So like in something like Blue Eyes, where you have just a big 3000 in your deck, sure, you're probably gonna win that. Um, for most other decks, though, a lot of decks have like utility creatures instead of big dumb idiots with lots of attack. Still a cool card though, but we're gonna move on to Duel Academy, which is a field spell that says this card gains effects based on the types of monsters on the field. Warrior, Beast, Pyro. Once per turn, if you activate a trap card, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. If Dino, Sea Serpent, Thunder. If you activate a spell card, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Machine, Fairy, or Fiend. If you activate a monster effect, you can target a face-up monster you control and have it get 1,000 attack. So the trap card one is obviously the best effect. Um, so it makes some of your cards basically 2-1s. So that's really cool. The dinosaur or the other one, the like spell effect, can be like a nice little bit of burn damage to help, push for game. And then the fiend fairy machine one, it's just good. It's its attack bonus. This card is more for casual duels anyway. So now, what is a riding duel acceleration or ready set duel do? It's a continuous spell card, so it's the first that's not a field spell. Activate one card with this card's name per turn. When this card resolves, if you control no other cards, you can add one Synchron monster from your deck to your hand. Second effect says once per turn during your standby phase, you can place a signal counter on this card. And its third effect says you can remove 2 signals counters from your field, send this card to the graveyard, and draw 2 cards. Then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. So it's kind of like a Shard of Greed, as well as a Rhoda for Synchrons. I think this card is pretty good. It just has to be the starter. So the very first thing you're going to have to do when you play this card, if you're going to play this card in Synchrons, is activate this if you open it. That kind of sucks. But other than that, that's why you play this card. You play it for its first effect. And then if you happen to get its second effect, its third effect, that's pretty cool. That's my opinion on this card. So far, the 5Ds is the most playable, in my opinion. And cool, because 5Ds is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And I grew up with the other two as well, too. Just 5Ds, I think, characters. But we're going to move on to Overlay Network. Overlay Network is a continuous spell card, and its first effect states, during your main phase, you can activate one of these effects. Target one face-up monster you control that has level special summon one monster with the same level from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Its effects are negated, but you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck the rest of the turn, except for XZs. Second effect says, target an XZ monster you control, add 1 card attached to it to the card owner's hand. This card is really, really cool too. Um, because it allows you to make XEs. It locks you into them, but it locks you into them for the rest of the turn. So you can still like go and combo off and play a bunch of cards, and then use this as like a monster reborn as a play extender to XE summon and on like a good XE's monster. So I think this card is the best. Now, as far as all of these go so far, I think Overlay Network is the best generic one, and then Synchron one is the next one after that. But we still have one more card to talk about, so my opinion might change again. And the last card we're talking about is Actually, no, we got two more. Excuse me. Battle Royale Joining. So it's a continuous spell card. Activate this card by targeting one effect monster on the field. First two times that target would be destroyed by battle. It is not destroyed when that target is destroyed by battle. The player that destroyed it gains 2,000 life points. If the turn player's opponent takes battle damage or effect, then you can apply this effect, such as summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand or deck, and if you do, you lose 2,000. But the turn player takes damage, you get to special summon a monster. So if it's your turn and you take damage, you special summon a level 4. That's pretty good, but I think that's a little too situational. As far as the the first effect goes, it's kind of a reference to in Arc V. Anytime, like almost any time they would do anything, they were like, "Hi, protect my monster from battle," and then the enemy would always say, "But you still take the damage." And so that's kind of a reference to it, as your monster's not being destroyed by battle, but you can still take battle damage from it, and then you gain 2,000. The lose 2,000 is a reference as well to the joining in the middle of the thing, because in Arc V you can just join in the middle of a duel randomly if you want, at the penalty of half your life points, which in the show is the show has a like starting life points of 4,000 to make the games go back and forth more. But so that's what this is a reference to. So pretty cool references that I get, you know. And then the last card, the actual last card, is Into the Vrains, which is our first and only normal spell card out of the bunch. What does it do though? You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Special summon one monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. Then immediately after this effect resolves, link summon using that monster you control. This link summon cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects, but a link monster is link summoned this way. If a link monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one card, or this card, add one monster with the same original type as that monster from your graveyard to your hand. So this is kind of cool. This is a neat play extender. Just you have to have another monster out, but you can still make it work. Or if you have a level 1 and you have a Link Rebo, you can just play this, summon the level 1 and immediately link it off for Link Rebo. We can't do anything about it. But I think that what's going to make this card really shine are, so you get cards like Photon Thrasher, monsters that can just summon themselves out and stuff like that. And then you play like another card, like this card, to summon it out, and then link summon immediately into like IP Masquerena or something. And then after that, you just like you still have your normal summon, and you can keep playing like that. So that's cool. Also, this only restricts you. This doesn't restrict you to any other summoning type and all that too. So that's really, really cool. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. You can tell me what you think of all of these cards in the comment section below, and which Yu-Gi-Oh series was your favorite. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday! And if you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, JankyYGO at gmail.com is where to send them. Of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.